Super Bowl preview, Kings and None 14.
It's the best time of the year.
This is like a holiday, legit holiday.
Don't you feel like it should almost be like a whole week off from school and work?
I feel like that's true, and it's funny because it's not even you're not even a Patriots guy, but you still want the Super Bowl week off, right?
Yes, definitely. I was kind of disappointed when I thought I was gonna have to work.
Right? Yeah. Because I remember when we switched to nights. Do you remember the first weekend? The first night shift was Super Bowl Sunday.
The worst.
It was literally the first Super Bowl I never saw.
It was a bummer.
It was what? The Seattle one, right?
Was it Seattle and
it's the one that they won.
Yeah. Who did they beat that year?
I don't know.
I have it right here, actually. They beat the Broncos?
The Broncos?
Is that who they beat?
Oh, with Manning, right? Yeah. They beat Manning.
43-8.
Yeah. Because I was thinking they beat Manning, and so I only thought Colts, though. I knew that wasn't right.
Yeah, they smoked Manning that year.
It was the Broncos, yeah.
But right, because we kind of got tricked that year, and they had said we could watch the game.
They're like, we'll watch it up front, and then we'll do some work, and, whatever, it'll be fine.
No, actually, we were super busy, and we just caught glimpses of it on the
I
radio.
remember, we didn't have to be busy, though. We weren't running anything.
We were
working, though, which is fine. That's what I was there for, but don't tell me I can have candy and then make me break rocks all day. Come on.
You said...
Yeah, right. Pull a little kid on you. Hey, you said we were going to watch a game. Don't do that to me. But yes, Super Bowl Sunday coming up.
Patriots back in it.
Third, I was reading something. I forget. He was a cook. I don't know, something we ran. It's a newspaper we printed the other day where he takes off Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Super Bowl Sunday.
I saw that. Yeah, it was in the Mercury.
Those are his 3 holidays.
That's awesome.
I appreciated that.
Not like his wife's birthday or kids or Easter. No.
4th of July, got no use for that one. Nope. Because if he's a cook, you work every...
Right.
That's 365. So restaurant's always open.
To get a day off, it's got to be really, really meaningful.
Right. Because he's like the head chef. So they're flying blind on the holidays. I mean, Super Bowl Sunday, I'm sure, is fine, but you'd think you would want him on Christmas and Thanksgiving.
I guess you can always remember the Super Bowls you missed.
Right. That's the thing.
That's the thing. I remember that one missing. I remember missing the one in 96. So I was delivering pizza at the time.
Okay, yep.
And what was that?
That's a tough night to be delivering pizza, right?
I know. Oh my goodness. Tons, but like good tips.
Good tips, yeah.
But yeah, that stunk.
Who was that?
The Pats and Packers.
Oh.
The one that everyone forgets about.
Nobody wants to talk about that one.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
No.
For some reason.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about that one around here. I know people will acknowledge the Bears one. Right. Because at that point, they were so... This part of the country was so excited to be in the Super Bowl.
To just be there.
They could have gone... That was the we're just happy to be here.
Right.
Super Bowl.
That was before the Patriots had that Patriot mentality.
Don't care about getting blown out.
Right. We were there. Yep.
Of course they blew us out. The Bears. Look at those guys. But we're here. Exactly. We did it. Look, Mom, we did it.
Yep. Yeah.
So that one's fine. We just took that one on the chin. And that makes New Englanders feel like, all right, we got to earn it. But nobody wants to talk about that Green Bay one.
No, because that's still kind of close to 2001.
So it's a little close to this, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
That's not real. Oh, it's real. It's real.
What was it, 35-21?
I believe so. And the Patriots scored almost all of their points in the first quarter.
Right.
And then Bledsoe turned into an interception machine.
4 picks, I think.
4 picks. Yeah. Favre was just chucking it all over the place. And it's funny at the time. So, what year is it? 96?
96, or the Bowl was played during 97, I think, actually. Yeah.
So the 96, 97 season?
Yeah.
Right. So I was in my 20s. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So my father played in this over 30 basketball league, which I couldn't play in yet, but he had a guy in his team who was from Wisconsin.
Okay.
He was a Navy guy.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was not a Patriots fan. Yeah. I still would not call myself, I would never say I'm a Patriots fan.
All right.
I'm a Tom Brady fan.
Which, there's a difference.
There's a huge difference. When Brady's gone, I am not going down with the ship.
You're a free agent.
And I'll say it now, right? Free and clear, baby. I will accept whatever that means. I'm not there for the team.
I love it.
But anyway, that guy had a cheesehead shipped to me.
Oh, yeah?
Because I was the only guy. I was like, because I love Brett Favre. It's a quarterback thing.
Oh, okay.
I've always attached myself.
In the games?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like he had his mom or somebody send it to here.
Nice.
Because he's here. He was in New England. Right. And he's a huge Packers guy. He's from Wisconsin. Yeah. But I had a legit cheesehead for a while.
So I didn't realize you were that big of a Brett Favre fan.
And my dad had all his boys over for Thanksgiving. I was just rocking that cheesehead in the midst of a bunch of Patriots. They can't do anything. I'm Big Fred's kid. What are you going to do to me? I talk all the smack I want. And I mean, it wasn't a sure thing that Green Bay was going to win. The Patriots were actually good.
Yeah, they were solid. Yeah.
Curtis Martin doing his thing, running all over the place. But once you get down, you couldn't run. That's what happened. Right, they lost it. As soon as they lost their balance and Bledsoe started throwing picks everywhere, it's lights out.
So Bledsoe was one of those guys where he could shoot you into the game or shoot you right out of it.
Right. Yeah. Which Favre turned into that guy. He wasn't there at that point.
Yeah, he was
just straight chucking it then.
Gunslinger by the end of his career.
Yeah, he lost his mind at some point. But in that Super Bowl, he's just throwing it really far, as many times as he could. Yeah. Right, because he had the 180, whatever it was. We looked it up. To Antonio Freeman. I couldn't remember that one. Yeah. I wanted to make it Sterling Sharp.
No, but he was part of that squad too, right?
That's good.
Sterling Sharp.
That's good times. Yeah. Good times. One of my favorites. Because I grew up hating the Patriots. Yeah. And it was only because my dad liked him so much. It was just to be a little jerk. But I did really latch on. It's another quarterback thing. Went to Jim Plunkett, and then the Patriots traded him to the Raiders. So I grew up until middle school being a Raiders guy. Okay. But I have found out, like thinking about it, my football anyway, my fandom has always been attached to a player. Like I went from Plunkett, and then they got Marcus Allen. Oh. And you couldn't mess with Marcus.
He's smooth running back.
The greatest running back I ever saw. At that point, everybody else just kind of runs into the line and he falls down. And long, even the good people. Like, even because then it was like Earl Campbell. He's this big beast.
Plowing into people.
Yeah. He was the first. It was like, look at this guy. I used to think he's like a wide receiver playing running back. He's just smooth and quick. Yeah. And jumping over people, and what are you doing?
They don't make running backs.
They don't do that. Right.
He was kind of tall.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So initially, I went from just disliking the Patriots, and then they gave me a reason to go with that and follow Plunkett to the Raiders, and I was a Raiders fan all growing up until those guys were gone. Right. Plunkett to Marcus Allen. And then I was without a team for a little while. I messed around with Randall Cunningham a little bit just because he's so creative. I'm attracted to the freak guys. Yeah. I hated it. I couldn't get
behind.
That's a good
guy to latch on.
It's funny. I could not get behind the Eagles, though.
No?
No, it was just Randall. I just want to see Randall highlights.
Right.
I want to see who
he was a highlight.
Who did he jump over this week? Right. He's legit jumping over people standing up.
Like somebody, he got hit and he went straight eagle to the ground, but stayed up.
It's fine.
That was amazing.
Doing pirouettes and stuff.
Doesn't he have the longest punt too? Like 90-something yard punt in history.
He just kicked. He just punted it.
Amazing.
He was like in his end zone. Yeah. He just shotgun and punted it.
How is he not in the Hall of Fame? Isn't he?
I don't know that one. He's not.
Jeez, that's for later in the podcast.
So then,
my other question before I forget is you're a quarterback guy. You talked about the Raiders. Could the timing of Tom Brady retiring, Derek Carr's ascension, lead to you being a Raiders fan again?
Anything's possible.
Is that possible?
Oh, absolutely.
Because the Raiders are kind of like my secondary team, right? Because I'm a Bears fan. But
what did we make? They're the official podcast favorite team, right?
Yeah, right. So that's the thing.
They're our third team.
Hopefully, John Gruden can right that ship because I feel like Derek Carr can be a legit superstar.
Could be a stud, right? He is. Very, very good.
I didn't like that my quote-unquote second favorite team was just barely better than my first favorite team this year. They were 6-10 and the Bears are 5.
You didn't quite see that one coming going into the season,
but
right?
I take personal responsibility for that.
You do?
As soon as I started liking the Raiders, I put my bad mojo on. And, yeah. So.
Yeah. But your first favorite team is the Bears, right?
Yes.
So how in the world do you become a Bears fan? Being a
that came from
native New Englander.
You know that came from that 85-86 Super Bowl.
Just stuck with it.
And that has just been slowly declining ever since. Did
you watch that Super Bowl? You're like, these guys are amazing.
Bro, that's what it was. So I really, the first Super Bowl I watched was the Super Bowl before then with the Dolphins and 49ers.
Yep.
And I vaguely remember it, but the Bears and the Pats really stuck out the next year. And then I watched
How old then?
I was 7 years old.
7, all right.
So I watched that and I was like, this is amazing. This is my team.
Right.
I'm hooked. They're dominant.
Look at these guys.
Right. They're always going to be dominant.
This doesn't change, right?
It doesn't change. So I've been hooked. I've stuck with them ever since. So, I mean, we sniffed the Super Bowl 2006.
Yeah.
We were up 14-6 at the half against the Colts.
I understand.
Or Rex Grossman became Rex Grossman.
Yep.
And, that was it. It's never been the same.
Yeah. That's all right. Like, I know Patriots fans feel like it's funny, but I know it's a real thing. Like, Patriots fans feel like that's a Super Bowl that got away from them.
The 2006 year.
Because they were up. Right. That's the one that the Colts came back from whatever.
They were down by like
20 or I don't know what it was.
34-21.
They were down 3 scores and came back to beat the Patriots because that year the AFC Championship was the Super Bowl.
Right.
Colts-Patriots game.
Everybody knew whoever won that was going to win.
Who's going to roll the
Patriots had the weird 4th down decision that they shouldn't have gone for or something. Yeah.
I guess.
Don't sleep on the Bears. The Bears had a remarkable defense.
No, I remember. I know that's a thing for Patriots. Like that's one that got away. The 2 Giants ones.
Yeah.
Most Patriots fans think they should have 3 more rings and are mad about it.
Right.
Like you have anything to be mad about.
Because most Patriots fans don't believe there's any other good teams in the league.
Right. Clearly.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
It's the Patriots and everybody else is a bunch of bums. You know?
Right.
How is this game even close?
Right. Why aren't they winning yet? Right. I feel like once Manning started to decline, no one else.
Right.
Because you're always scared to death of Peyton Manning. Even when the Patriots were good, they're like I mean, not that they're not now, clearly, but no matter how good the defense was, you're like, well,
Manning had a shot.
But Peyton Manning is a different story.
Right.
He's the only person in the entire league on our level.
Right. That was somewhat close.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I always thought was hilarious too. I don't know. I don't understand Patriots fans, even though currently I guess I'm a Patriots fan. It's hard because there's so much like the radio and I know everything about them.
Right. Yeah.
So whether I want to or not, I know everything about the Patriots.
That's how I feel too. I probably know more about the Pats than I do about my own team.
Right.
Just by being here.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Year in and year out. It's tough because, I'm not a hater.
Yeah.
I think I started off that way in the beginning, but I've grown to respect the Pats.
Yeah.
And as a football fan, appreciate what they've done. But I like parody, and it's kind of boring to see the same story every year.
Yeah. There's parody outside of New England. The rest of the league, there's parody.
Right. I mean, everyone's equally crappy, I guess.
But I mean, I feel like the rest of the league is where it's supposed to be, in theory.
Right.
Like Seattle didn't make the playoffs this year. They're not a bad team.
But NFC definitely.
Next year they could win the NFC. There's a handful of teams, but for whatever reason, In the AFC, it's the NFC, I guess. There's good parity in the NFC.
Right.
The AFC is the Patriots and everybody else.
It's so weird.
And it is weird.
It's so weird that no one's really ever figured it out.
No one else can sustain it for a whole season.
It doesn't make any sense.
Everybody looks good for sections of it. Like the Chiefs started out like this ball of fire, and that can't. Oh. And but you know that's going to happen. They did it last year too.
Right.
They won't. They'll be fine.
And the Pats, they lost key players this year. They lost Edelman. They lost Hightower.
Nothing changes.
Nothing. One guy, as good as Brady is, just can't make that much of a difference year in, year out.
Right.
I can't. It doesn't.
But he does.
The league has to figure that out at some point.
Yeah.
I don't. It's crazy.
I did figure out watching the Jaguars game that the Patriots are really annoying.
Yeah.
They're really annoying to watch. And that's even from watching them on their side. Like, all right, I get it. It's going to, you're going to suck in the first half. You're going to be down. But they're going to win. Right. It's just a matter of how. Like, I'm watching this whole game to see how you do it. They're like a magician that shows you the trick at the end of the game. Right. I get that it's a trick. I get that you're going to,
let's see how.
But you're going to tell me how you did it. So, right. I watched that whole game for Amendola to make 2 catches.
Basically.
It's the only thing exciting about that whole thing. That one he snatched off the ground, he right in the middle. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Super strong hands all of a sudden.
He's been great.
And then the back of the end zone one. And the punt return.
That was key.
Punt return was key. He had a really key 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to watch the rest of the game.
That's essentially all that mattered.
Because
the defense just will not let anyone do anything in the second half.
Yeah, they let you do whatever you want the first half, but come the fourth quarter, you're 3 and out every time. Right, you might get 1 first down,
but you're not driving down the field anymore.
You're not going to get on the other side of the 50 again.
Right. Their halftime adjustments are amazing.
So I don't know what happened to Trey Flowers in the second half. But he turned into a different guy.
Kyle Van Noy.
Right. I don't know what they do at halftime.
See, and I see that playing out again in the Super Bowl.
Right, they keep doing it.
That's the thing. You never see them come out at halftime and be flat.
Right.
No.
Very
rarely.
No. So. They just start slow for whatever reason. But that's what happened watching that game. I was just getting mad at Brandon Cooks.
He dropped a few key balls.
But he still had a great game.
Yeah.
Or a good, he's still 100. He still had the most yards. I think he had 8 catches for 103 yards or something like that. Game. Fantasy, that's all you really want. Fantasy, all I know is Brady hit him in the hands 3 times and he dropped it.
That one was going to be a touchdown, I
thought. The only thing I saw him do that was any good is get those 2 pass interference calls. He just turned into a pass interference magnet.
Right, which is good too, right?
It works.
Yeah. His hands are sketchy.
I guess. You wouldn't think that.
But he's never been in big games
unless it was nerves.
Could be.
Then you're just happy he got the pass interference because he wasn't catching either of those balls.
See, I wonder if Brady's going to remember that in the Super Bowl. Maybe, this guy wilts under pressure a little bit.
Well, I did because Dorsett caught that 3rd and 18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was huge.
It's the first time he's played since week 3 that I've seen him. I mean, I know he's been on the field, but nobody's throwing the ball to that guy.
He's ready, though.
But he made the catch. What does that mean? What does that mean this week?
Right. Who's going to be the guy? Last year you predicted James White.
Oh, wanted James White I wish it was on the air.
That was amazing. You called it. He did. He had a great game.
He had a great game.
3 touchdowns, 14 catches.
I've been trying to figure it out because now I put all this pressure on myself to figure out the method to their madness this year. But so I don't know. I feel like the way my brain is breaking it down is the Eagles' front 4 is good. Secondary is not great.
Right.
It's still good though.
Right.
The Eagles are good.
Yeah.
They're 14-2 also, right? It's not like they're backing into the playoffs here.
They're a good overall team.
I mean, I get that Wentz is hurt, But Foles
he's a pro quarterback.
He's not a backup. He should be starting somewhere.
I like him better than Balaki Bortellis.
He should be starting in Jacksonville over Balaki Bortellis, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
absolutely. There's a few teams he should be playing on. After the Super Bowl, he should want to get traded.
He's better than all the other quarterbacks in the AFC East.
But he should want to get out of Philly.
Cash in.
If he looks good, even if because if you get beat by the Patriots, you go, well, yeah, it's the Patriots.
Right.
That's what happens.
As long as it's not his fault.
As long as he doesn't throw like 10 picks and. Because he's been fine. They've been rolling along.
Right.
I mean, they haven't been blowing people out like they were at the beginning.
Right. And the Eagles would be smart to trade him for something if he's not going to be a free agent.
Right.
It's just cash in on that lottery ticket.
Right. Because there's plenty of teams that need a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Trade him to the Browns.
The Jets could use a quarterback.
The Jets.
Right. The Dolphins could
probably. The only other guy is Kirk. Like, he would be set. If he was available, he's second after Kirk Cousins.
Right. Yeah.
So Cousins goes to Cleveland or the Jets. Like, Cleveland and the Jets. Could be Foles and Kirk Cousins.
Denver's looking for a guy.
All of a sudden, they have real quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Or Denver, yeah. Arizona, right? Carson Palmer retired.
Palmer's going.
So that's 4 teams.
That's where you want to go. You want Arizona or Denver.
Arizona or Denver is where you'd like to go. They probably don't have the money. Depends on what you want to do.
Right.
Do you want to win? Do you want to cash in? 2 teams suck and have all kinds of money.
Right.
2 teams, but it's a trade, so I feel like it would need to go to one of the good teams. And that way, you can also offset some of the salary. Like if you trade a high salary guy for Nick Foles, it's off their cap. It's more money you can give Nick Foles. I mean, I don't know what his contract looks like. Yeah. But anyway, getting back to the original question, and I don't have as clear a vision as I did last year. Last year I just knew James White was going to be huge. They like baited everybody all through the playoffs. They barely used him.
Right.
After using them all year.
Yeah. And then
like boom. Clearly. Right. He's. What are you doing? You're not sneaky.
Could it be a guy like Gillespie? His name is Gillespie?
I don't think it's going to be running. I don't think you can run on you can't run on the Eagles, right?
The stout defense.
And Gillespie's not going to all of a sudden turn into a stud. No, I mean, there's a chance it's James White again.
Right.
Because I know that, so I know the things in my brain are, so Jim Schwartz is a defensive coordinator. I know he's like a crazy person.
Yes.
And everything is full throttle all the time with him.
Yeah, take it to the max.
He takes it to the max, but he takes lots of chances.
Right.
So I feel like he's going all out to get to Brady because that's the only thing that ever works is putting Brady on the ground.
Right. Yeah.
So if you're doing that, then you're dinking and dunking them all day to James White and to Deion Lewis.
Danny Amendola
to make them not be able to rush like that.
Yeah.
So you do that and then it depends on what the Eagles do. If they still come with the pressure, they're like, nope, we're not. If you want to dink and dunk down the field, fine. We're not giving up big plays. We're not getting to you. Then it could be one of those guys because eventually Deion Lewis or James White is going to break.
Yeah.
One of those.
Right.
It's going to be just the right call at the right time when you were bringing a corner, so there's no help. Or, because Deion Lewis is fast.
He is.
And
he's been great this year.
James White shifty, that could be a thing.
Definitely.
I feel like they're going to overplay Amendola because he's had a great playoff.
Right.
And Gronk is going to play. I don't know if Cooks can learn how to catch. He could be a guy. It could be. I mean, I guess if you want it's almost like picking a sleeper.
Yeah.
It could be Dorsett off of that one catch.
Right.
He could get back into the offense.
Right.
Because I feel like, and not that he's bad, but I feel like Hogan has disappeared in both playoffs this year. Because I barely watched the Patriots this year, unfortunately. But he doesn't, he looks scared. I remember him looking scared of the Atlanta game. They stopped going to him. They started going to Malcolm Mitchell.
Yeah.
And Malcolm Mitchell kind of bailed him out. And then they went to White when it mattered. It was Mitchell and White kind of up and down the field that whole, because they were all over Edelman. Yeah. So I feel like Hogan kind of disappears. Really off on Sonic Boom. after his Jacksonville game, even though he was good.
Yeah.
The numbers don't look like it, but that's all that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Gronk and Amendola are kind of the guys. That would be no surprise.
Right.
And
so Hogan or Dorsett would be the surprise, the sleeper guy.
Dorsett would be the surprise. I still feel like it's going to be James White, though.
Yeah.
They love those weird wheel routes.
Yeah. This is how they deal with pressure.
And he's right because of what the Eagles are going to try to do. And I could be wrong. Maybe they don't try to do that.
They have to, though, because if they don't do it, they're going to get picked apart.
If they just play straight up,
right?
They do not have Jacksonville's secondary.
Right. Their only chance is to do that.
He's not going to talk about having to throw into tight windows every single throw like they did last week.
Right.
It's not a thing anymore.
Right. As good as Jacksonville was, they still faded at the end of the game. You know?
I don't know.
It always happens.
Why did teams stop doing what they do?
Right. What? Just keep doing what you're doing. Right.
I feel like the formula is, and it's part of why the Patriots are annoying. Like the Patriots are just constantly putting pressure on you.
Right.
Like in your brain, like not physical pressure.
Yeah.
Like they weigh on you the whole game
until you crack.
Even when you're winning.
Right.
Like they went to the halftime winning the Jacksonville game, and they're like, that was so hard, and we're only up 4 or whatever it was. Right? Was it 21-17? I forget now.
They were up 20-10.
20-10.
Yeah.
So 10 points. We're only up 10. I feel like we dominated that first half.
The game of our lives.
Right. So by the time you get to the fourth quarter, the defense is done. They have been overclocking themselves trying to get to Brady, or they've been, running by the time you get to the fourth quarter, they're all gassed. And Brady's like, whatever. Haven't really tried yet. Yeah. Mentally and physically.
Right.
That's what happened to the Falcons. It's part of what happened to the Falcons.
Right.
Those guys have been killing themselves in the first half to get. I mean, they got the lead that they should have. Part of it was, man, they were gassed.
Right.
And once they start coming back, it's like this.
It snowballs.
Once the momentum picks up, you just get terrified. You're like, crap, we're screwed.
We go again. Yeah.
Even though you're still winning.
No.
Like you're winning and you feel like you're losing to them.
The momentum.
Right? That's what it looked like. You can see it in their, like, the other team's body language and all that. Like, they're just this.
And to watch it as, like,
force.
A fan that doesn't have a rooting interest, like, I can see it. I can feel it. I don't. You know what I mean? I can see when the momentum switches in the game.
Yeah.
It usually hinges on a play or a series, and the Patriots are taking over from there.
Right.
You know what I mean? In the Super Bowl last year, it was when Dante Hightower made that big play. Sack and fumble.
Yep.
And they were still down by 3 scores, so I was like, the game's over.
But you're like, oh.
This is it.
Here it comes.
You know what I mean? This is what they needed.
Here it comes.
And then mind you, they're down by 3 scores, but I knew, I was like, that's all they needed.
Right. One break.
Yeah. And I think that's what's going to happen in this game. I think
one break or the one mistake or whatever.
Right. My prediction is that
bring it.
It's going to be Philly. They're going to get up a little bit early, maybe like a 10-3.
Yeah.
It may even go back and forth, but the game's going to hinge on something we haven't really seen from the Patriots this year, and that's a defensive touchdown.
Oh.
I don't even know if they have one yet this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think the Pats are going to get a pick 6 with Malcolm Butler or,
I really hope. I honestly hope it's Gilmore. I've grown to feel bad. I've grown to feel bad for Gilmore.
Right, something like that. Maybe McCourty.
Even though he looks good now.
But I think they're going to get the folds.
That poor guy had a rough start,
and he almost got kicked out of New England if he misses that jump from last week.
Oh man,
because his body was out of position.
That was
you know what I mean.
That play was the difference between making his nobody cares about his contract anymore to cut him before the Super Bowl.
Right. And I know from playing defensive back, he was totally out of position.
Yeah, he wasn't where he was supposed to be at all.
The guy got behind him. And
made a great play, though.
Right, made a great play, but that could have been
awful.
End of the game.
That could have been just go.
Right.
Like you come to the sideline, Belichick just go away.
What you do is you fall down, and all of a sudden your hamstrings bothering you. You know what I mean? That's what's going on. Dang, you limp off to the side of the field.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so I think that the Super Bowl is going to be won by a defensive touchdown.
You heard it here first. I like it.
Whether it's a fumble or touchdown, interception.
I don't know who I want it to be. I kind of want it to be Butler, too, because I want him to pay Butler. I don't want Butler to go away.
Wouldn't that be something, though, after everything they went through with Butler at the beginning of the year, if he seals another Super Bowl?
Another Super Bowl pick?
And then, Patriots front office is like, dang!
Like, oh, right. Like, Bob Kraft's wallet.
Fans are going to demand that you pay him.
Bob Kraft's wallet gets really heavy all of a sudden.
Now you can't just run him out of town because New England loves him again.
Can't be like, well, we got Gilmore, everything's fine, we'll draft another guy. The Butler did it again. Oh.
Cha-ching.
Right.
That was the most expensive touchdown.
Exactly. So, in a way, I hope for that, too.
Yeah.
And, Brady, well, you can pay me the league minimum. You keep Malcolm Butler. And Crafts are trying. They don't care. They're just printing money at this point. Right? Like,
do whatever they want.
Just do whatever they want.
Donald Trump is in their back pocket, right?
Right? They're top of the world right now.
I did see that the Madden Bowl this year predicted the Patriots to win.
And what did they do?
I believe they just simulate.
Did they just sim the game?
Yeah, they simulate the game. There's also the one where the players play, but that doesn't count as the real prediction. Because this year, Gronk played against the
It's always Gronk. He's not good. He loses every time.
He got smoked by Blunt this year, 33-13.
Didn't he get smoked by Marshawn Lynch when they played Seattle?
They're just rolling him out. I don't think he's even practicing right now.
He doesn't even know. Right. He's just who everybody wants to see.
Right.
There's got to be somebody on the Patriots who knows how to play.
You would think. So last year was they predicted the Patriots to win 27-24.
Okay.
Patriots won 34-28. This year they predicted, what does it say? Patriots to win 24-20.
24-20?
Yep. The year before they actually got it wrong. They had predicted, no, they got it right. No, they got it wrong. They predicted Panthers 24, Broncos 20. It was Broncos 24, Panthers 10.
Yeah.
But then the year before they predicted Patriots 28-24, and that was the actual score.
That was the score.
Which is crazy. Yeah. They guessed the Ravens over the 49ers.
Okay.
By 3, and that's what happened by 3. They guessed Giants over the Patriots. Okay. 27-24, and that was 21-17 Giants. It's crazy.
You're right. That one would have been not. No one would have thought that one was right going in.
They guessed Saints over the Colts by 4.
Yep.
Saints over the Colts by 14.
So what was the score for this year's?
24-20 Patriots.
24-20 Patriots.
Right. So they've been eerily correct.
Probably close.
Yeah. That's what I pretty much had in.
Yeah.
27-24.
I don't know. I kind of hope. I just want to see it as a fan is they just both come out and march up and down the field on each other and just put up big points, and then it's just whoever messes up first.
Right. Pick 6.
I want one of those. Yeah. I want one of those Super Bowls.
Back and forth.
Yeah. Nobody can stop anybody.
Right.
Halftime at that score. I don't know. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But I would love to see that because I know the Eagles. I'm not afraid of their defense, but their defense has been way better going into the playoffs the last 4 weeks.
Right, they had no problem shutting down Atlanta and Julio Jones. Yeah.
Poor Julio Jones.
No problem.
So I know
either.
Right. I know they gave up. So ending the season, they gave up 35 to the Rams. They gave up 29 to the Giants, but they won both those games. But then they only gave up 10 to the Raiders, 6 to the Cowboys, and then 10 to the Falcons, 7 to the Vikings. Like they got real stingy real quick.
Right. Started putting the clamps on it.
So, and that's all. When did
Wentz get hurt?
Wentz got hurt against the Rams?
Yes, he got hurt. Yeah, midway through that game, I believe.
So, I mean, Foles won all of those games except the Cowboys won. The Cowboys won, they lost, right? Didn't they get shut out 6-0?
But they didn't play Foles that game.
But Foles didn't play,
No.
right. So Foles has been fine, but the defense, so, I mean, I don't know what that will mean, but it's the Patriots, so I don't know.
They got Chris Long on that defense. He's been really good
Chris
this year.
Long, he's been good.
Yeah. Like
I heard about a Belichick interview, and he was talking about Chris Long. He was saying that the Eagles system is better suited for Chris Long to do well, like his skill set.
Yeah, okay. Than the Patriot system was?
Yeah.
Legend.
For a individual standpoint.
Right.
Team-wise, he was fine. He was fine as a Patriot, but...
They just asked him to do different things.
Yeah.
Right.
For him to do what he wants to do, or what,
Right.
The Eagles are actually a better fit. And I don't know he didn't go into it any further.
I'm guessing
so it's
as a defensive end, he had to, like you said, set the edge more than just get after it.
Yeah, right. Right. He's probably just, I don't know. I'm sure it's a different technique or whatever. Right. I don't know what all those things mean. I know just enough to be dangerous and
different responsibilities.
But
yeah.
So, but I thought, that was interesting. But they have Blunt and they have Long. Both were Patriots last year.
They had my boy Alshon Jeffrey, who's been great this year.
So he's good. There's a separate storyline in my mind. It is the receiver I wanted the Patriots to get against this receiver the Patriots do get, and I don't know if that has clouded my judgment against poor Brandon Cooks or not. But I really wanted them to sign Alshon Jeffrey last year, not trade for Brandon Cooks. Because I want a tall guy.
Right.
I want a legitimate receiver.
Yeah, they still won't do it.
Enough with these little guys.
Right.
I know he's fast and he's good, and I get it. He's right there. Just go buy him.
Keep at him, man.
You don't have to trade for him. Just go buy him.
Yeah.
Bring him in.
Yeah. Jeffrey's been great.
And never get him. You couldn't even have Malcolm Mitchell this year.
No.
In my mind, it was like, okay, get Alshon Jeffrey, Malcolm Mitchell. Those look like real receivers to me. And then you're going to have Edelman running around in the middle, and Amendola every once in a while. Right. You can do something when you go 4 wide. That's fine.
Right.
Nope.
No, they can't do that. You still got to get.
We found another little guy. Wait. It's like no, Will. There's more little guys. We'll get all of them.
There's more little guys.
Yeah, we found a couple more. We'll bring in Dorsett.
Yep. Right, because he's like 5'11", right?
Kick Jacoby Brissett out of here. We're going to bring in Dorsett.
Oh, Jacoby.
Trade for Brandon Cooks. We have cornered the market on little guys.
Yeah.
And they're not all white anymore.
But they're still
so nobody can, can't play the race card on the Patriots.
Playing the height thing.
It's all height. It's all height based. I don't want any receiver over 6 feet.
Nope.
Unless his name's Gronkowski. You gotta be a tight end. If you want to be a tight end, you can be tall. Otherwise, get out.
Get out.
Bring in the little guy.
That's funny.
They just want guys with chips on their shoulder all the time.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I don't think Cooks has a chip on his shoulder. He's been a stud his whole career.
Right.
But he's been playing on turf and
perfect conditions.
Yeah. Just go run.
With Drew Brees. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Amendola's been great, though.
He's been great.
Because he stopped running after catch. So he doesn't get hurt
I did know. I've noticed that, too.
The boy's getting down. He's rolling around for extra yards all the time.
Right. He catches, and he looks around quick. If they're close, he hits the deck. He's not getting hit.
Right.
And I don't know if that's mandated or if that's every time I get hit, I get hurt.
It has to be. He was getting hurt all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach is like, that's all right. You don't need any yak.
Right.
Just get down.
No use for yak.
Yeah, live for the next play.
Yeah, because he's always, not always, I guess, but because it always, what does always, I don't like to use absolute statements, but I will anyway.
Yeah.
Because always, I hate when receivers, if it's 3rd and 6 and they're catching it 5 yards, just, what?
Right.
Why is the route short of the first down?
Right. That's bad awareness.
Why?
Yeah.
Why you can't count? I would never count on yak.
No.
Always on those kind of plays, you got to know the defense is up on you.
Right. You got to make that happen.
Yeah, you got to be able to catch it and get tackled, but have the first down.
Right.
But I feel like Amendola does that.
Yeah,
he's only a couple times. Like sometimes he has to reach for it, and he's one of the only guys, Patriots, that I see reach. Usually they keep it.
And they're taught not to, right?
Yeah. So I don't know.
He's a smart player.
No, he's been good.
Patriots like smart players.
They like smart guys, yeah. That's smart and short.
The way they don't make a ton of mistakes.
Right. So yeah, so I have another question. What is your favorite Super Bowl? You've only missed a couple, right? You got cherished Super Bowl memories?
Right.
Besides well, it could be the Bears one if that's what it is.
That stands out, but
Because that started a whole this whole thing, right?
I think one of my favorites was that the Super Bowl. This is gonna sound weird. Where
nope, can't sound weird.
The Giants and I believe it was the Giants and Bills. It was like 20-19, and Scott Norwood missed the field goal.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was the second, third, or fourth time that the Bills have been there, but I remember thinking that this is going to be history. They're finally going to make it happen. Here's the field goal.
Poor Bills.
And then he hooked it. But that game was an awesome game.
Yeah.
And what made it awesome for me at the time was, you remember how dominant the NFC was?
Yeah.
For years on end, and nobody was ever close.
Right.
It was just blowout after blowout. 49ers, Dallas, everybody blowing out. And they finally had a close one. So to have a 20-19 Super Bowl was like amazing, you know?
Yeah.
Now every year with the Patriots, it seems close, but back then that was never happening, you know? So it was, to me, that was my favorite, you know? And I don't remember all the details of how it played out. I just remember it was close. I remember it was fun to watch. And I remember Norwood missing that kick. Gosh, that must have been hard to be a Buffalo fan.
Right? Oh. Man, it had to be painful.
Right.
So painful.
The Giants had Phil Simms and...
Yep. My dad was always a big Giants guy.
Joe Morris.
Yeah.
Phil McConkey.
He wasn't such a Giants fan with the newer ones. But those teams... And I love Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
So he could do whatever he wanted.
Belichick was the coach back then, right?
Yeah, defensive coordinator, Yeah, so I have two. One's not a favorite, but it sticks out as a memory. So the 49ers Bengals Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
I was like 9 years old.
Yeah. 20 to 16
I think it was 82.
Game. Yeah, that was a good game.
Man, I was going. It was the first. I had no team at that point.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was 9. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's what sparked my NFL. So I'm a basketball guy.
Yeah.
Like I was a full Celtics fan by 9.
Yeah.
100%. I knew the lineup. I knew everything.
Right. Watching every game.
Weirdly, going to bed listening to Johnny Most.
Yeah.
All that was already happening by that point. The Celtics are the only franchise. Like I'm a Celtics fan. It's the only team like that for me.
Okay.
I got no football team Celtics can have whoever they want.
Right. You're always gonna be.
Yep. When it was Vitaly Potapico and John Bagley and Mil Palacio, I'm like, we got a chance this year. Yeah, they're going to be the 8th seed. They're going to sneak in. And
that's true fandom.
They're going to, I can always, whatever. I'm excited to get Dominique Wilkins at 60 years old or whatever he was.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was the first one that I watched intently, and I don't know why I attached myself to the Bengals. Just because they had cool helmets.
Right. Yeah.
Was it the first year that they had those?
Those type of helmets?
With the stripes? It was before that? Because I remember when it used to it said Bengals on there. They looked like the Browns, and it said Bengals. I remember those.
That's going way back.
Yeah, I remember those. But then they had the tiger stripes.
Yeah, the tiger stripes are awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
I got no use for Joe Montana. Who are these guys?
That was a great Super Bowl.
It was a good Super Bowl.
You had the game-winning drive at the end, right?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was a great Super Bowl, but I think that's what it was. If it hadn't been my team lost for that game anyway, but it was a great game.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what started my progression into
20 to 16. Yeah, they were up the Joe Montana drive at the end.
Yeah, it was the drive.
Yeah. He hit Jerry Rice The one that was a John Taylor.
Is it John Taylor? Right? I think for the touchdown, it's John Taylor.
John Taylor, yeah.
Jerry Rice caught everything else, though.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Makes me sick.
Was that also the one... That was a drive where right before the drive started, they're like, I don't know where they're on the 20 or whatever, and then Joe Montana looks out into the crowd and he said, hey, is that John Candy?
I think so,
yeah,
right.
That's a legendary story.
That's the thing, yeah. That he's seeing famous people and
it's like,
doesn't care what's going on.
Right, he's Joe Cool or whatever.
Yep. But yeah, so that was my first that I really paid attention and I think started my NFL... that I was paying attention to the NFL. But my favorite Super Bowl of all time is the Raiders, Redskins. What number? I don't... Is it... I think it... Oh, I do have it. It's Super Bowl 18.
Ooh. Marcus Allen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, the Marcus Allen Super Bowl. They had already won a couple years before. Yeah. And Plunkett was the MVP. That was fine. I was perfectly fine with that. Right. I was walking around in my Raider. I had the full... Did you remember they used to sell them in the Sears catalog? Yeah. We're going back now. Oh, yeah. You could buy uniforms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had one.
Did you have a Bears one? Oh, you weren't a Bear. It was before that.
Yeah, it was before. I think that might have had an actual Patriots one.
It was before that. Yeah, it was before that. Yeah. So I had a Raiders one. Okay. It was Kenny Stabler, not Jim Plunkett, which always irked me. I did not want Kenny Stabler. Right. Where's my Plunkett jersey, man? Where's my Plunkett? Yeah. But I had the helmet and the pants.
Yeah, it was a cheap
March. Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, terrible.
So cool when you're a kid, though.
Right now, I wish I had it. The cool little. Yeah. Now it would be cool, not to wear, but just to have. Right, as a helmet. Yeah. Right. But yeah, I've been marching around in my little, and I think at that point, I think I had it a while. So it was too small, but it's all I had. So. Because I was growing exponentially at that point. But yeah, I know that because my best friend at the time was Brian Ernest, a huge Redskins fan, and the Redskins were dominant that year. Oh yeah. Going into that Super Bowl, huge favorites. Right. They had I know that they had the best run defense in the league. Okay. And I know that they led the league in scoring, I believe. Yeah. Who was their quarterback then? I don't remember. It was Theismann, right? Oh, that's right. Theismann and Riggins was the... That was a combo. And Art Monk. Yep. I always liked Art Monk. He's the only one. Yeah, he was great. The rest of them... Fire guy. That was before Gary Clark out there, though, right? Use for the rest of that team. Yeah. But Art Monk, he's okay. He's got a cool name. Yeah. Right, he's just kind of smooth and really cool. I don't know if he ever made the Hall of Fame, but... I don't know if he did. Should have. And who else did I like? Who's the... Crap, I can't believe I can't remember his name. Who's the defensive back? He was like the fastest man in the NFL. So, yeah, because it's funny. When I worked for a company, this is a little aside for you. The company I worked for on the Navy base, they were a special, I forget the code for it, but they were minority owned. Okay. So that gave them some kind of special benefits with the government or whatever. But anyway, Darryl Green was one of the owners. Really? So at Christmas... I have one of them still, I think, but he would send out pictures of him, autographed pictures of himself to everybody. That's cool. But in a suit, not like a cool football one. What? It's like him in a suit. I think it said the company name on it. It's still him, though. Right. I want Darryl Green burning down the sideline or something with an interception. Yeah. Right. But anyway, but no, that Raiders too, I was so excited, and for whatever reason, I knew they were going to win. But it was 38-9. Raiders victory after playing the Redskins were top scoring offense, best rushing defense. They smoked them, yeah. And they smoked them. Was that the play? Wasn't there a play where he reversed field? 100%. There's a play where he reversed field. Are you kidding me? Yeah, was that I just remember a super long run and gliding. It was right. I think he came right. Yeah. Didn't like it. Turned around, went left, and once he got out of that first. Once he got out there, he just kind of floated down the field. Floated down the field. He just slid down the field. Yeah. But yeah, he ran for 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. Man. my man.
And you said that was a top rush defense too.
They were the top rush defense.
And smoked them down.
Yeah, they only scored 9, and they gave up almost 200 rushing yards. Yeah. So you know, in I mean, I was not analyzing like I do now, but in retrospect, I'm guessing the Redskins didn't prepare for things they thought they were good at already.
All right, yeah.
Right?
We got that covered.
Like, yeah, we don't need... Yeah. We're going to stop him like we stop every running back.
Right.
Nope. Yeah, we're going to score like we always score. Yeah. That's fine. We just keep doing the same things offensively.
It doesn't work
Raiders
that way.
are like, wait. We know this play. He's like, right? Like, that's what happened. Yeah. I heard a funny thing... similar. It was Willie McGinnis, because everybody's talking, because it's like on the radio, it's, you know, Super Bowl week, so they're all at Radio Row or whatever, but they had McGinnis on, and he's talking about how he was talking with Vrabel and Brewski at some point. Yeah. Because, you know, everybody wants to say the Patriots cheat, and not that they haven't. I'm not trying to say they never cheat. Clearly they've done some shady things. Right. But how... you know, people, and I forget which team it was, but it was a specific, it's probably the Steelers, because they're always complaining, but about how the Patriots knew their plays or something. Yeah. And McGinnis is like, yeah, we did know their plays, because they were doing the same thing they've been doing all year.
It's your fault we know them.
All we did was watch film. Yeah. He was talking to the other guys, and like, yeah. Like, they're hearing all these comments, like, you're right. We knew your plays because you didn't change anything, which is why I think it was the Steelers, because that's like their thing.
Yeah, they don't.
Tomlin is like, we do what we do. Yeah. If we lose, we lose. Okay, then you're going to lose every time to the Patriots.
That's poor coaching.
Right. You can't do that anymore. It's not 1940.
Right.
There's cameras now.
It's not high school football.
People are going to remember.
Right.
When Antonio Holmes stands right there, he's either running this or this.
Right. You can't just line up in the NFL and expect to be better than someone. Right. Because everyone's equal physically.
But I just thought that was funny. It makes sense. Like, you're right. We do know what play you're going to run because we're smart. Yeah. We know what we're doing. I guess the three of them were...
And see, that's the thing.
I don't know if there's more guys, but I guess the three of them were huge. Like, just watching every film and together and figuring everything out, which is awesome. In my mind, like, to think
smart
that your players are that, but that they're that engaged, like, more than, you know, because I'm sure they're demanded to do a lot anyway, and they're like, all right.
They're going beyond.
Right, they're like leaving work going, let's go, I got the tape, let's go break it down again.
Yeah. Well, it shows up.
Because those three are right there, like, McGinnis, Fred, like, so that's the front. You're not going anywhere then. Right. And I'm sure Will Fork's probably one of them too. Yeah. All those guys. Yeah, I cut you off.
You saw, I mean, this year more than ever, like, the teams that they play, the Patriots play are always dumb. They always make dumb moves. They're always outcoached. You know, stupid penalties, stupid decisions. You see it all the time. You saw it in the Steelers game. Yeah. You know, and it's just the Patriots. Game. I think Derek Carr said it best early in the year. It was not that the Patriots are that much more talented or better than anyone. They do everything right. Right. You know? And it's so painfully obvious.
Derek Carr.
But it's true, though. You just see it's the little things, and it's super annoying when you're not a Patriots fan.
Yeah. Right, because on paper, aside from Brady, do you take the Patriots over any other playoff team? There's no one especially explosive or...
Like, roster-wise, there's more talent. I mean. Like the Falcons have more talent on their team, offense and defensively.
They have Julio Jones.
Right. I mean,
they all have good quarterbacks except for Balake Borteles.
Right, they all got good quarterbacks.
They all have quarterbacks.
Saints are loaded with talent.
But I just mean, so if you take quarterbacks out of it, which takes Brady out, nobody's picking the Patriots.
No. Right,
the Saints have...
But
who's the new guy? He's got a normal name, so I can't remember. Is it Michael Thomas? Who's the new receiver?
Michael Thomas, right?
Michael Thomas,
Most catches in the first 2 years than anyone in NFL history.
And who's the runner?
Alvin Kamara.
You got Lattimore.
Right, Lattimore.
Ingram.
Stacked.
Right? All these guys. And that's just the same. I mean, everybody else has better running backs. Mm-hmm. The Rams got Gurley, and they got that defense is
Right.
Legit.
Vikings defense. Talent. You know, everybody has true superstars on all their team.
Right.
Along with their quarterbacks. But it's
they have Gronk.
It's Gronk but no one else that's really like...
Especially with Edelman out.
Right.
And even him, he's not the guy I feel like he's not the guy you want, per se. Being a little guy, I mean, obviously super productive. It's like Isaiah Thomas. Last year with the Celtics. Yeah, he's scoring all these points, but I would much rather have Kyrie Irving.
Right. But even then, Edelman only had 3 touchdowns in 2016 or whatever it was.
Right.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that, but it's not like...
No, he's not setting the world on fire or anything.
No, not at all. So it's just the Patriots' preparation, and it's the quarterback, and they're just not going to make the stupid mistakes.
Right.
And by the end of the game, it snowballs on you.
Right. Doesn't it ultimately mean they're getting more out of their players than everybody else?
Right. Better coaching.
Because you have more talent. We're beating you with lesser talent.
Right.
Doesn't mean they're worse football players. Being less talented doesn't mean they're worse football players.
No.
They're better football players. They're not naturally as talented.
Right.
Is what it means, right? Like, because the Steelers have Santonio Holmes and Le'Veon Bell. They're like they're arguably the 2 best players at their position.
Right. What does that get you?
Right? Because Bell's... It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Roethlisberger's no joke.
No joke.
Juju Schuster's legitimate second option, and they got... Who's the other guy? Martavius.
Is it
who's the other receiver?
Martavius
Bryant.
Yeah.
I was putting a K in there. That's a different guy. Martavius. Sorry.
Right. So there's no excuse except for they're just not ready.
Right.
I mean, you guys make poor decisions, and
they didn't even get to the Patriots this year. That was a funny meme. I like that meme. Did you see the one with Tomlin? We figured out how to not lose to the Patriots. It's not have to play him. It's not go to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, the internet always wins. Really does.
It's just like the Brady one. I was trying to find it to post it on Instagram today. I could not find it last night.
That was a good one.
What is it? It's no Edelman, no Gronk. Down by 10. 2 minutes left. Hold my kale shake. I wanted to post that so bad. Instead, I went with I don't know if you saw it. I went with the giant coat Brady picture.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't look at it.
It was like at 3 a.m. last night. So I wouldn't think you would.
No, I woke up clean straight. Yeah.
A little podcast prep. It's all right. Quickly, I guess.
Yeah.
Just because we've been rambling on. So what else you got? I feel like I've monopolized this.
I mean, like I said, Super Bowl, I got Patriots winning 27-24.
27-24.
A big pick six or fumble recovery for touchdown to break it open.
Okay, defensive play makes it.
Yeah.
Right. And a defensive score, you're saying, too.
I think it's going to be a defensive score.
That's not something that they generally do.
I don't know if they even have one.
They just try to stop people.
Right. But I don't recall watching any defensive scores this year.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean I'm right. I just don't remember seeing one. It doesn't happen that often.
Right.
So I think that's going to be the difference. And on a totally different note,
that's fine.
Hall of Fame stuff. Just for a couple minutes.
That's fine.
I know we compile a list, and I just have to because it's such a big year that my boy Brian Urlacher is due.
No, I get it.
And I feel like he should be first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know how you feel. I know you have mixed emotions on that. I mean,
it's funny. So looking at so there's 15 people, and they pick 5 of them.
Right.
So just super quick, it's Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, Edgerrin James, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Isaac Bruce, John Lynch, Brian Dawkins, Everson Walls, Ty Law, Tony Baselli, Keith Mawe, who I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, Joe Jacoby, Steve Hutchinson, and Alan Faneca. All of those guys belong in the Hall of Fame, right? Even Kevin Mawe, who I don't know who he is, but now that I looked at it, is that what it is?
Yeah, offensive line.
But now that I know now that I looked up all the stats, all these guys should go in.
Yeah.
But like all the because initially, like it's I feel like it's kind of how you're thinking. Like, Ty Law, of course Ty Law is going in.
Yeah,
it's Ty Law. He did all the.
You think all the big games he was in, but
I don't know.
I don't know about John Lynch.
But now I don't know. now that I look at everybody's stuff here, I'm not as sure.
See, all right, for Hall of Fame, I usually think you have to change the game in a way.
Okay.
You have to stick out. Like Randy Moss and Ray Lewis stick out because they're
right. It's tough. So like Urlacher and Lewis are both middle linebackers, right?
So my defense of Urlacher is that he made it. The cover 2 defense is what it is because of him. He brought that. At the time, the cover 2 defense was like a fringe defense. It wasn't something we've seen all the time. So he made it be so you had to have a middle linebacker that can cover 20 yards back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Before then, in general, middle linebackers, they were run stuffers.
Okay.
And outside linebackers would
take the
tight end, whoever. So
right, because they're picking up crossing patterns and stuff now, right?
Yeah. Right. So he, in a way, transcended the game. You know what I mean?
So
the first of the truly athletic cover linebackers that should get you into the Hall of Fame.
So okay, hold on.
Not that there hasn't never been.
Right, but so what isn't Ray Lewis that guy too?
I don't feel like he was as great in coverage. Ray Lewis gets into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think Ray Lewis won't get in, but Ray Lewis had 31 picks in his career. If you're aware of that.
Right, that's a bunch of picks.
I feel bad that I looked up all this. It made the people that I thought were sure things, I outstatted with the guys I didn't think were as good. Yeah. Not that I don't think Ray Lewis is good.
That's a lot of picks.
I mean, Urlacher had 22. It's not like he didn't have any.
Right.
All I remember is him getting shook by Brady.
Yeah, I knew that was all you're going to remember. I knew that was coming.
That's all that matters to me. But no, Urlacher is a beast. I mean, but seriously, all of these guys belong in, to me. If you look at all the names, like, so there's 2 linebackers. Lewis and Urlacher both belong in there. And the wideouts. So T.O. is not in only because of his, like, off the field stuff, right?
Yeah, which bothers me.
Because he's... So if you look at lists, if you look at all... I didn't go that far with my stat stuff. But if you look at all the list, all-time leaders, for Moss, you need to look at touchdowns more than yards. But if you look at those lists, like touchdown leaders all-time, yards all-time, all of these guys, like if you look at the top 25, everybody's in the Hall of Fame except for these guys. But they're all mixed in with them. So they have to get in. Yeah. So I don't know how, I mean, Moss is only second to Jerry Rice for touchdowns.
Right, okay. Yeah, so
T.O.
What about Isaac Bruce? Because I just feel like Isaac Bruce...
He feels like a fringe guy.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't think he can get in this year.
The problem with that is that if you just look at his career, when it ended, he gets in. But now with this being an offensive era and receivers racking up great stats, it kind of it pushes him back a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's almost like you just have to look at someone like Isaac Bruce in his time frame.
Right.
You can't look at it in comparison to now.
Right.
The T.O. thing is ridiculous. He should be in.
But so T.O. Yeah, all right. So T.O. played 14 years. He's got 1,078 receptions. He's 64 yards short of 16,000 yards. And he's got 153 touchdowns. Moss has 800 less yards, but he's got 3 more touchdowns. But to look at it initially without looking at numbers, I think Randy Moss, obviously, T.O.
Right.
No, he's better. He has better numbers than Randy Moss
should be
does.
in there, right? It's so mental that.
And so, yeah,
Isaac. Don't like him.
Isaac Bruce is definitely one of the weaker guys on the list.
Yeah.
He only had 91 touchdowns in his career, and he played one more year than both T.O. and Moss both played 14 years. And Isaac Bruce played 15 years. He's got, him and Moss have similar yards. He's got almost 60 less touchdowns. So I don't know if that's the difference. So, right, I can see Isaac Bruce being the odd man out, certainly. But we're only picking 5, so it's hard.
I don't think John Lynch either. I mean, he was a great player, but I don't know. I feel like he was
right.
There's a bunch of years where he was just kind of pedestrian.
He was just okay. Yeah. Right. Like I don't know where the line is. I guess like do you have to dominate for your whole career, or it just has to be a long enough stretch?
Right.
Like I don't know. I don't know how they do it. This is the most I've paid attention.
Yeah, me too.
To a class,
and it's only because I want to see my boy get in there.
Right. It's because of who's in it.
Right.
Like it's because Randy Moss. For me, it's because Randy Moss and Ty Law are in it.
Yeah.
Because I love me some Randy Moss. I just like hearing him talk. Was how it started, but. He's ridiculous. Like he's such a freak. He clearly needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
But so does T.O. And I hate T.O. Like him, I don't want to hear him talk. Oh, I'm crying about his quarter. Like all of that stuff. I get that it's annoying, but to me, you can't. He didn't beat anybody. Like
no.
Did Ray Lewis kill somebody?
He killed somebody. How does that not?
Like what? But how are you keeping T.O. out for being a big mouth?
Right. He wasn't
kind of like
criminal or.
It's funny how my brain works, I guess. But somebody that I feel bad for. Which, when it was T.O., I didn't feel bad for him. It made me hate it. But Des Bryant, I feel it's similar. Like, he's kind of a big mouth, and he's animated, and, he's always getting in people's faces. But I feel bad for, like, I feel like Des Bryant's passionate.
Yeah.
When Tom Brady does it, and his helmet starts shaking, he starts going crazy, look at Tom Brady's. Oh, man. He loves this game, boy. He's still fired up at 40. When Des Bryant does it, he's a punk and a jerk.
Down,
and
stop being a distraction.
Stop being a baby.
Yeah.
What?
That's not fair.
Right.
Not at all. You're right.
But when T.O. did it, I didn't like it. Like, oh, boy, here we go. T.O. again.
Right.
What does he want?
What does he want? He was obnoxious, but he wasn't a criminal.
Right, he didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
So I don't know.
He's guilty of caring too much.
Right. Yeah. I guess in hindsight, I've come more on T.O.'s side.
He should be in. It's simple as that.
Didn't he go play? Is he the one that went and played Arena League for a year after he couldn't play in the NFL?
No, he might have. Jeez, it's tough.
Did. Was it him or was it Ocho Cinco?
Ocho Cinco was playing in some bum league too.
In Mexico, right?
Yeah, in Mexico.
Okay, right. So it was T.O. So it was T.O. then.
Yeah.
Because I always put those two together in my brain. They're both just these loudmouth, obnoxious guys. So
they played around.
Even when he came to the Patriots, I don't want Ocho Cinco. No. He's got Ocho Cinco on his jersey. Come on,
get over yourself.
I'm glad he failed. Like I was mad when Joey Galloway didn't work out. I wasn't mad when T.O. didn't work out. We can work around that. But yeah, the same thing happened with Ty. So Ty Law. Everson Walls has way better numbers than Ty Law, but
don't you just I always remember Ty Law being in bigger games.
Right.
That's what sticks out.
Yeah.
But he's another one. Ty Law, back to my point of he should be in because he changed the game. How you play corner, right. Or he changed the game, and they literally changed the game for him. They changed the rules because of him. You know what I mean? Him and Lawyer Malloy, they changed the rules. He was mauling people, which was good. Because you could. And he wasn't cheating. And that was, I love that brand of football. It was one of those things like, you throw the flag. You know, if they're not throwing the flag, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm playing football and I'm tougher than you. So now you're going to change the rules. Right. That's what happened. You know what I mean? So I think he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah. He dominated that era. He played that era corner better than any other corner. Right. No, you know I agree. So the stats don't mean as much to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I get it. Be a Hall of Famer. You either change the game some kind of way, you stick out where you can't be denied. John Lynch doesn't seem that way to me. Isaac Bruce doesn't seem that way to me. A lot of those guys on the list don't seem that way to me. You know what I mean? Right. Ray Lewis does, Urlacher does, Randy Moss does, T.O. does. The guys I didn't, like the linemen, I don't really know how to look at measurables for them. Right. All I could really look at, like, all of these guys were, like, all pros for more than half of their career. All of them. Right. And all pro, right? That's, I'm not even sure. That's one guy at each position, right? Yeah. It's kind of like the Golden Glove in baseball, right? You're the MVP of that position. Like, you're the greatest center this year. Right. Like, all of these guys are... Steve Hutchinson sticks out to me for some reason, because I always remember him being mentioned every time you watch the game. So he's a 7-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All-Pro, 2-time second-team All-Pro. Right. That Kevin, how you say his last name? Kevin Y? Yeah. He has the most. So he's an 8-time Pro Bowler, 7-time All-Pro, 2-time second
team All-Pro. So 9 years of his career, which how many, if your career's, like these receivers are playing 15 years. If you're playing 15 years, 9 of them, you're All-Pro, you're the best center.
Right.
Clearly you're Hall of, right?
Yeah,
so clearly you're Hall of Famer.
Best for the decade, yeah.
But all of them have that. They're all, Baselli's 4-time All-Pro, Moyes 9-time, Jacoby's 5-time, Hutchinson's 7-time, and Faneca's 8-time All-Pro.
Right.
First or second team, but All-Pros, almost 10 Pro Bowls, almost all of them. So I guess, I don't know how to measure that.
Yeah, it's tough, and they just don't stick out.
That
as
seems
much
great, though. Because none of the other guys have that. Right. Even these, because they're the skill, even the defensive guys, I consider them skill position guys. Anybody not on the line to me is a skill position guy.
Yeah, I always look at it that way too. Yep.
So, but so Ty Law, he's a 2-time All-Pro, and Everson Wall's a 3-time All-Pro. But
to be 9 or 7 times.
Yeah, Urlacher's a 5-time All-Pro, and Ray Lewis is a 10-time All-Pro.
It's crazy.
He went to 13 Pro Bowls.
I always thought Kobe was already in it.
Yeah,
for some reason he's one of the.
He's Hogs. One of the Hogs, right? I thought he was in that. He was in that Marcus Allen Superbowl,
right?
Being annoying, and Marcus Allen just ran around them. He tried to go through the line. That's how he did it. Right. So I don't know how to. So I don't know who to. I don't know how they pick. But right, I mean. But Tyler, you can look at whatever. I can find a stat for any of these guys and make a case for you, stat-wise. But I agree with what you're saying. Tyler should be in because of how he played corner.
Right. Easy.
And they changed how you play.
You literally changed the game.
You changed how they play the game. Right. Yeah. And right, and I agree. And Urlacher and Lewis being contemporary, like that generation just brought in and they're the two best ones.
I should not just dismiss Ray Lewis obviously played in that too. So
they're both changed the game. They're both there. They're both up this year.
The first two of the super athletic.
They're the first two, right?
So now you see Luke Kuechly. You see.
Now it's like a guy.
You have to be.
Now it's a thing you need.
Right. If you don't, you're not playing in the NFL.
Right.
So that's why they stuck.
Now it's a position. It wasn't then.
Right.
Because even like when the Bears had Singletary, he just stuck the run.
Right. He stuck the run. He wasn't going back there.
He had his giant eyeballs and he hit everything that came through the line. I mean, there's a place for that too. That's what Hightower is. Hightower's not really this cover guy. Right. The Patriots do it different, but of course they do. Like that's their thing. That's how the league does it. We're going to do it a different way and win. Right. All right, we get it. You're obnoxious.
Linebackers are built differently. Back then, they were closer to looking like linemen. They're huge. Now you have to be athletic. You have to be run with the tight ends.
So to that point, it's the same thing as like LT was one of the first not gigantic linebackers. Yeah. Who was coming off the edge just too fast for everybody.
Right, exactly.
He was still super strong, but like him and Andre Tippett are the two that stand out to me. They're just
right.
And that led to Derek Thomas and then all these guys. Like they changed the game. And clearly they're both Hall of Famers. But so I don't know who to pick. I can't give you 5. I thought looking at the list initially, I was like, well, clearly it's these guys. But now I don't know.
Someone's getting shortchanged, that's for sure.
And it's not in the thing. See, what I don't know how to pick is like, just because they don't get in this year, that doesn't mean they don't get in next year.
But it gets harder.
Right, yeah. So I don't know. Does that mean T.O. will get in? I don't know that one. But I feel like Moss Lewis, if you go Moss Lewis, Urlacher, and I want to say Ty Law, that's 4 guys already.
Yeah. No, so
and you got all these dudes. Right. None of those linemen get in.
Yeah. That's tough. Just looking at the
skill. And I don't know what Edger James gets.
Again, he's great stats, but he doesn't stick out to you that much.
Right. Yeah. He's 13th overall rusher in NFL history and 20th in touchdowns.
Yeah.
Those are just stats just to have. Like, doesn't mean. But I do have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you know who the active rushing leader in the league is?
Active rushing leader?
All time rusher.
Active? He's still playing?
Yeah, active.
I'd probably say Adrian Peterson. Or is it Chris Johnson?
Nope.
One of those.
One of my boys. Nope. Is Frank Gore.
Frank Gore, that's right. Yeah, Frank Gore. That's right. I forgot about Frank Gore.
And that wasn't as shocking to me. What is shocking is he is 5th all time in rushing.
Dang, wow. So that alone might get him in the Hall of Fame, right?
Right. He's behind Emmett, Peyton, Barry Sanders, and Curtis Martin.
Jeez, and he still hasn't retired yet, right?
Frank Gore.
That's crazy.
Right, he's still a Colt. Yeah, AP is 12th all time.
He has had a quietly great career, Frank Gore.
AP is 12th overall all time.
That's right, because he missed a year too.
He is 2,000 yards behind Frank Gore.
Wow, Frank Gore.
I just thought that was interesting to me.
His problem,
but then he's that high on the active. Yeah. He was on a bad team for a lot of years.
Yeah,
they had that one Super Bowl with Capper Knickerbocker there. But.
Right, but he's been healthy and he just keeps pumping them out every year.
Keeps running. Keeps running hard, being mean.
Yeah. Right. And quiet, though. You never hear about him in the media.
Right.
Yeah. He'll be back next year.
And now he's the Colt. Yeah. Whatever. But, right, I mean, if McDaniels goes there, he's going to love Frank Gore.
Yeah. Yeah.
They love those kind of guys. Smart if he's going to try to do the same thing, if he's going to emulate what he did here, all they want is a running back. He's his LeGarrette Blount.
Right.
Just get us those 3rd and 3s. Just make sure you get those.
They like professional, smart guys.
Right. Yeah. Just do your thing. I don't have to, that's something he doesn't have to do anything.
I'm just amazed how durable he's been.
Frank Gore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And maybe that's the biggest testament to his career. I mean, because it's funny, I feel like he's not super explosive, right?
Not anymore.
He's just kind of a good running back. Yeah. He's still productive. I don't know how old he is.
Yeah, he's got to be 33, 34. He's got to be old. That's old for a running back. Yeah,
still doing his thing.
Yeah.
So it's a good spot for him to be in.
Frank Gore. Yeah, I would not have guessed that.
No,
I should have guessed
I didn't. I wouldn't know. I would have thought AP. I thought AP too when I was looking at it.
I know Chris Johnson was up there too. I don't even know if he's in the league anymore.
I don't think he counted as active.
Right. Did he play this year?
I remember him getting... I don't know if he ended on the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. He got cut, and then, what's his name? Who's that guy? David Johnson.
David Johnson, yeah.
I couldn't remember his name. He got hurt.
Yeah.
And they brought him back? Or maybe the next guy got hurt. Somebody else got hurt, and they signed him again. Okay. But then they traded for AP.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if he stayed... But I don't know if he stayed on the roster.
Yeah.
If they were both on the... Or if he got cut.
Right.
Because somebody got hurt, and then they traded for AP, so he took the roster spot. So I don't know if he ended up on a team or not. Mm. He probably didn't play a lot.
So AP's going to be out of a job next year too, then. David Johnson.
Yeah, I think he's is he a free agent anyway? AP?
Oh yeah, he might be. Yeah.
I think he only signed for a year with the Saints, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know why it didn't work. I think Kamara was just that good.
They had 2 studs already.
I think he was just that good. The rookie was he's like, oh, crap. Yeah. Sorry, we drafted a guy.
We already got a guy.
We didn't need an old guy. We drafted a young guy.
That's good. Yeah, good stuff. So Super Bowl 52.
Here we go.
Yeah. Patriots.
Hopefully it's not to the pit. I just don't want it to be to the normal script. Don't get down in the first half and come back.
They go through the whole emotional...
Just win. Normal. Win like a normal team.
Making you sweat all game.
Right. I don't want to be mad for 3/4 of the Super Bowl. I don't know.
They got it. They always do.
All right. Kings and Nuns Super Bowl preview.
Yeah.
We out. They always do.